إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد.
Not every fear is ibadah. Some is, and some if it's the type that's ibadah, constitutes if given it to other than Allah becomes shirk. But there's other types that are not ibadah. And this is very important to know, especially for talabat al-ilm to know this. Otherwise they go around declaring some people mushrikeen if they have fear. And then it's not the ibadah fear. Once Allah ordered khafun, fear me, khafuni, it made it ibadah. He ordered it. It means it's something He likes. That falls under the definition that Ibn Taymiyyah outlined for us, that what constitutes of ibadah that we took, ismun jami'un likul ma yuhibbuhu Allahu wa yardah. And now there's 4 types of fear that you need to know about. Once you know these, you'll know which is shirk and which is prohibited and which is permissible at times. The first one is Al-Khawf at-Tabee'ee, al-Jibillee, natural fear. Natural fear is permissible. It's not ibadah and it's not a negator of your iman, and it's most definitely not shirk. Examples are fear of a lion or a predatory animal in front of you, or a car coming at you at a high speed, or you're around the building and the building is about to collapse near you, or you're in a house and there's fire, or you're in a river and you fear drowning, or you see a snake and you fear that it's going to bite you, or some who have public speaking, fear of public speaking. If the means are there, it's considered permissible natural fear. This is the type of fear Allah mentioned about Musa alayhi salam when he was in the city and he became afraid. فأصبح في المدينة خائفا يترقب فإذا الذي استنصره بالأمس يستصرخه. He became afraid. Musa became afraid looking about in the city. He was a messenger, even though Allah said فأصبح في المدينة خائفا. He was scared. In other verses, فخرج منها خائفا, talking about Musa. He left the city afraid. He escaped from there afraid, looking about in a state of fear. Allah describes him as being in a state of fear. This is Musa. Did he commit shirk? Ma'adallah that Musa would commit shirk. When قال ربنا إننا نخاف أن يفرط علينا وأن يطغى. Oh Lord, verily we fear that He would hasten to punish us, or He may transgress upon us. About Fir'aun, Musa said that about Fir'aun. In many verses about Musa alayhi salam, لا تخاف دركا ولا تخشى لا تخف نجوت قال لا تخف نجوت من القوم الظالمين ففررت منكم لما خفتكم إني أخاف أن يكذبون. There's a lot of fear in the story of Musa alayhi salam. This is the natural fear. The story of Musa alayhi salam should teach dua that if they happen to fear, it may not be a condition of being a coward. It may be normal at times when taking on a big task, like speaking the truth or doing the most noble of matters. It may be some fear penetrates in the heart, the natural fear. However, the courage becomes not to let that fear deprive one of proceeding forth or make him go cowardly backwards. Hisham ibn Abd al-Malik told his brother Maslama, who was called Layth al-Wagha, Abu Sa'id, his kunya was Abu Sa'id, did you ever fear in battles? Maslama said, I've never been free of fear, but I always used the fear to my advantage in developing a ploy, and never did I let the encompassing fear that I get deprive me of stable thinking or going on forward. Hisham replied back to that statement, هذه هي البسالة. That's the true courage. He didn't let fear stop him. Courage doesn't mean you don't have fear. That's natural fear. It means you control and direct the fear to succeed in what you're doing. As time goes by, that fear, even that natural fear, will vanish and go away. Those verses of fear that we were saying were in the early messagehood days of Musa alayhi salam. After one trains himself, controlling that fear, redirecting that fear to his advantage, in the advantage of his mission, giving victory to his goal and mission, that fear begins to fade away and go and never have any traces of it. The story of Musa in the early phases had so much fear in it. But look towards the end of the messagehood, after plenty of practice and not letting fear get in the way, this type of permissible fear vanished. When everyone feared Fir'aun, he was behind them, the army that no one's seen anything like its likes, the ocean in front of them, and between them two is Musa and his followers. You would expect to see, after all those verses of fear, that Musa at this most critical time, when he was now in front of an ocean, the ocean in front of him, in the huge army of Fir'aun behind him, that he would be shaken in terror. But plenty of training killed that natural fear itself. Everyone was afraid. They said, قَالَ أَصْحَابُ مُوسَى إِنَّا لَمُدْرَكُونَ. When the two hosts saw each other, the companions of Musa alayhi salam said, we're overtaken. We're going to be overtaken for sure. قَالَ كَلَّا إِنَّ مَعَيَ رَبِّي سَيَهْدِينَ. Now the stunning words of Musa. Musa said, no. Verily with me is my Lord. He will guide me and protect me. What do you learn here? You learn here from this that natural fear is permissible. It's not shirk. When natural fear touches one in matters that you're following the guidance in, you use that fear and you redirect it to your advantage. You don't stop, and with training over time, it will vanish and go away, that fear.